What's going on, guys? I'm Jada Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. We're going to talk about Saweetie, Chris Brown, and Quavo once again. And for reference to this video, because I knew this was going to happen, check out the video I did almost a week ago on this channel. Link will be in the description box and the comment section as well. And I spoke about the simmering issues between Chris Brown and Quavo, and it was about a girl. A lot of these issues are always about women with these guys, right? But what we now know is that Chris Brown has admitted in his diss song called The Weakest Link, where he went in on Quavo. He obliterated Quavo. Let's be real about this. Chris Brown has always been a talented artist, but he really yo, man, he verbally beat Quavo like he stole something, man. Let's be real about this. And he basically confirmed that not only was there issues about Quavo dating Karrueche, but he also spoke about how he indeed smashed Saweetie while she was in a relationship with Quavo. That's something that a lot of people didn't know. But I saw on a blog before I recorded this video that there's pictures of Chris Brown and Saweetie in the studio. I don't know if they've made the music together. Maybe y'all can smart me up about that. But he basically says, you know what? You went and dated my ex. Well, I went and dated your current girlfriend that you were with at the time. Now, we all know that Quavo and Saweetie broke up, I believe, in 2021? I believe they broke up. And the way that relationship ended, you know, it was almost like Saweetie didn't have any respect for Quavo toward the tail end of that relationship. We all saw the fight that they got into on the elevator. The respect level just wasn't there. It just wasn't there. And now Chris Brown adding this layer into it is only going to make it, you know, more speculative. And what's crazy is that when Chris Brown released the diss song, like right before it, Saweetie went to the Twitter and she posted a post that said, "Whoo." I'm not even gonna say the whole thing because I'm, you know. And y'all go and see it. And he basically, it looks like she had already heard it. And I believe Chris sent that song to her because, you know, Saweetie's still in her feelings because, let's be clear, she's never upgraded from Quavo. She tried. So she's still in her feelings towards Quavo about that. That Quavo just moved on and never wanted her again. And maybe that's made her feel some type of way. But the fact that Chris Brown is putting this out here now and letting us all and confirming to us that, yes, it's about a girl. It confirms a lot of what I said in my video. Again, I'll link that video in the description box in the comment section. All the information is there. I was right about this. I spoke about this picture here. This picture of Chris Brown sitting with Quavo and how awkward it was. I had people telling me there's nothing awkward about it, Jay. They're just sitting together. They have no beef. Chris Brown had beef with Drake. And I remember they was at an award show. Chris was sitting, kind of like how he's sitting now. And Drake walked by and Chris didn't make a move, you know, even though he didn't like the guy at the time, right? Chris is never going to make the first move as far as attacking anybody publicly, physically, anyway, all right? And I guess Chris really took exception to, I guess, Quavo trying to bring up his past situation with Rihanna. And I think that's why when Chris Brown did that diss song, he did it with his heart and soul. Okay, he put all his heart and soul into that song. I mean, I gotta say, he verbally beat Quavo like he stole something. And again, it's over a woman. Like I told y'all it's about a woman. Chris Brown had never got over Quavo dating Karrueche after they broke up with each other. Because maybe Chris Brown felt that Quavo had been trying to get with her while he was with Karrueche. And when they're publicly out together, I guess he felt that. But I guess he sort of, said he was going to get back. And his get back was to smash Saweetie, who has yet to deny or confirm. But the post that she put out lets me know that Chris Brown probably sent her that song. She heard and she went to Twitter and basically to brag about it. And you know, the sad thing about it is that when you look at what Chris said, Chris basically was like, I smashed this chicken, and people are giving Saweetie praise. They're actually praising Saweetie for being a slur and being for the streets. Now, again, I have nothing against Saweetie, but let's be clear, Saweetie, you're a pawn in this whole thing. Okay, you're a pawn. And the fact that her fans are celebrating this, like this is a win, it shows me why a lot of women nowadays suffer from the city girlism mentality and why they'll never be happy. And they're bragging and celebrating the fact that she was cheating on Quavo. And they think that's a good thing. But they wonder why a lot of these industry dudes do not want to date her publicly, because she had already been a groupie in the industry. I'm sorry, when you hop from rapper to rapper, Chris Brown is bragging about smashing you while you're in a relationship. They see you as a groupie. This is why they don't even want to be photographed next to her at games. There was a photo recently of Saweetie sitting next to Chris Brown. She was sitting next to Chris Brown, and the internet was sort of doing what they do. And they were trying to say, hey, maybe, Chris got next, not knowing that Chris had already been with her. Chris had already hit it. That was old work. Chris had already smashed. Okay. He was sitting next to somebody he had already done had her. He didn't want to be with her again because it wasn't about a relationship. It was always about getting payback on Quavo. And what made it even worse is that he played a voicemail recording of Quavo copping please. That's just a horrible look. It really is. But again, Quavo, he's not the type of rapper that's gonna get in the booth and really go at other rappers. We know this. And maybe he was like, yo, I don't want any issues with you. I just want to make money and do whatever, which is fine. But you got to understand that these rappers are like vultures. People who can get in the booth and they know they can out rap you. You're in a very losing situation. You can brag about money all you want to, but if you can't get in the booth and defend yourself, you're going to look bad, especially when you're copping pleas. And again, all of this stems from a woman. This stems from Karrueche. And the real sad part about it is when he brought Takeoff into it. He showed respect to Takeoff, but he was like, listen, there are people who said they should have took you, Quavo, instead of Takeoff. He got extremely personal. And I want people to understand, the last time the Migos was face to face with Chris Brown, they were about to jump on him when he was leaving the party. And Chris Brown didn't have that energy that he had on that song. Now, I'm not saying that they should have done anything to him. What I'm saying is this can get very ugly, very bad. When a man pride is hit and he's put into a position where he has to defend himself, he feels like he has to defend himself physically, not verbally. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's looking for you to put hands on you, because that's what it can turn into. Because the type of energy that Chris Brown was showing in that song, it was a lot of like demon time energy. That's what he was showing in that song. And again, all this stems from Karrueche. The fact that Karrueche started dating Quavo after she broke up with Chris Brown. It wasn't even immediately after she broke up with Chris Brown. But he never forgave Quavo for that. But this beef can go bad. It can go really, really, really bad, unfortunately. And Saweetie has been inserted into it. And it basically confirms a lot of things. And again, people doubt that she slept with Offset. I don't doubt that whatsoever. I don't doubt that whatsoever. I just think Quavo, when it comes to women, I think he's very indifferent. I think Quavo knows that Saweetie was getting passed around by these rappers. Because Saweetie's like these new generation of female rappers who are groupies. Glorilla, Meg Thee Stallion. You could probably put Sexy Red in there. These women are groupies. They're not making any good music. I mean, Saweetie has to make songs with YG. Saweetie's dating YG. That's the only reason why she can get him on songs with him. Saweetie's fans are celebrating this like it's a win. She's getting passed around. She's cheating. I know YG looking at her sideways. I know he is. He may not openly say anything or let her know it, but I know he's looking at her sideways. How do you sleep with a dude who, you know, is basically your boyfriend's ops? Because they probably have always had issues. And she slept with the man. That's crazy. And they're giving her props. They're trying to compare her to Meg Thee Stallion. You got the Meg Thee Stallion supporters, you know, saying, well, why is Saweetie getting all this, you know, praise, but y'all talk down on Meg Thee Stallion? That's, you know the difference between Saweetie and Meg Thee Stallion is that Meg Thee Stallion was sleeping with two well-known rappers at the same time. She was clutching one D and she was clutching another one at the same time. And not only that, apparently she may have been getting it in with a basketball player too. She was breaking all types of records. Meg Thee Stallion was breaking all types of flourish records that even Saweetie hasn't even gotten to that. So there's no comparison. I think we put Meg Thee Stallion exactly where she's at in that environment. These female rappers are straight up groupies. They are. And the reason why Saweetie is well known is because of who she's getting with, not necessarily her talent, because she doesn't really have any. No diss to her. I don't have anything against her, but I'm being real. I'm not going to lie and be fake. But speaking of this beef, man, this beef could definitely get bad, especially with that diss song. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, X, Instagram. Subscribe to all my other channels. So I'll see y'all next one. Make sure y'all comment down below. Let me know what you think.